When people think of famous boy bands from the 90s,
But I hear you have a fear of singing in front of people.
Well, I do. I mean, I think it's...
the Backstreet Boys always come to mind.
I'm 21 years old, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
There's something about
With chart-topping hits and a massive global following, they became one of the most successful groups in music history.
Thank you so much for having me as a guest. Thank you for inviting all the family and friends. And thank you guys for showing up tonight.
But what happens when the next generation steps into the spotlight? In early 2200, something unexpected unfolded on the stage of American Idol.
Hey guys, it's Bailey Littrell on Airwaves. Tune in for this awesome.
That left fans talking. Bailey Littrell walked into the audition room with determination in his eyes.
Little songs, and I came off stage, and when the guys went on, and the screams, and the lights went down, and I was just mesmerized, and I thought, oh my gosh.
At 22 years old, he carried the weight of a legendary last name on his shoulders. His father, Brian Littrell, had spent decades as one of the voices that defined an entire era of pop music. But Bailey wasn't there to ride on his father's fame. He was there to prove himself. Judge Carrie Underwood sensed something familiar about the young man standing before her. When she mentioned it, Bailey revealed the truth. He was the son of a Backstreet Boy.
Scotiabank Arena with Bailey Littrell. You've had an exciting year. You're about to head off on the, well, you are on the DNA World Tour with the Backstreet Boys, but you're also one of the freshest new faces in the country music scene with your debut single.
The room buzzed with energy as the judges processed this information. Underwood herself had grown up plastering her bedroom walls with posters of the iconic group. Bailey performed an original song titled Waiting on Myself to Die.
As an actress, so I would take acting classes. I was on the road with my dad. So I've grown up.
Pouring his heart into every lyric. The judges were impressed. But what came next surprised everyone. They invited Brian Littrell to join his son for an impromptu duet.
What's up, guys? I'm Brian Littrell from the Backstreet Boys.
This is Bailey Littrell, and you are listening to The Whole Podcast.
The whole podcast. I mean the whole thing.
Father and son stood side by side, their voices blending in harmony. Brian beamed with pride, his eyes glistening with emotion as they finished the performance. The judges unanimously voted Bailey through to the next round. Lionel Richie told him he could go far in the competition. Underwood praised him for holding his own alongside his superstar father, but behind the scenes, a different story was emerging.
A role in the Broadway musical Disaster before officially launching his solo music career on his 16th birthday.
Well, guess what? Bailey is back.
Growing up as the child of a celebrity came with unique challenges. Bailey had spent his childhood on tour buses and backstage at sold-out arenas. He watched his father perform night after night.
Country music. I felt like if I was going to do this and I was going to pursue music like I wanted to, then
Witnessing the screaming fans and relentless pressure that came with fame. By age 8 or 9, he was already opening for the Backstreet Boys with a few songs of his own. But as he grew older, the reality of following in those massive footsteps became intimidating. The carefree confidence he had as a child.
Well, tell me a little bit about yourself, because both your parents, Brian and Leanne, were both in the spotlight when you were younger. What was your childhood like?
I was on the road. I used to take acting classes because my mom was an actress, so I would take acting classes. I was on the road with my dad.
Gave way to self-doubt. He knew that every performance would be compared to his father's legacy. The music industry can be unforgiving, especially to those with famous parents. During Hollywood Week, Bailey chose to perform another original composition. Hey Jesus was deeply personal, written during one of the darkest periods of his life. His grandmother, Shirley, had always been his rock, supporting him when his father was away on tour. When she passed away, Bailey struggled to cope with the loss. He questioned his faith.
Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a great day. Well, Backstreet Boys' Brian Littrell isn't the only musically talented one in the family. His son, Bailey, is following in his footsteps with his new hit single, Don't Knock It.
And felt lost in grief. The song became his way of finding hope again. Standing alone on the Idol Arena stage, Bailey strummed his guitar.
We have already shared a news with you that Bailey, the 22-year-old son of Backstreet Boys legend Brian Littrell,
and sang from the depths of his soul. The arena fell silent as his voice filled the space with raw emotion. When he finished, he made it through to the next round, but the journey was far from easy. Behind the scenes, Brian Littrell had been harboring reservations about his son's decision to compete on American Idol.
Best fan of it can be anything like music or non-music related.
Basketball.
Okay.
In an exclusive interview months later, he made a confession that shocked fans. He hadn't actually wanted Bailey to audition for the show in the first place. The revelation caught many off guard. Why would a proud father discourage his talented son from pursuing his dreams? Brian explained his reasoning with brutal honesty. He understood the harsh realities of the entertainment industry better than most. The pressure, the criticism, the constant scrutiny from millions of viewers.
You really open up about those stories and get a little deeper, then people are really going to resonate with people.
Definitely.
What have been some of the craziest reactions to the song so far, or the most meaningful for you?
He had experienced it all throughout his career with the Backstreet Boys. The thought of his son enduring that same intensity filled him with protective concern. Brian also worried about the perception that
That'd be strange. Yes. Okay, let's talk about your music career. You were in a Tony Award winning
Bailey was only on the show because of his famous last name. The term Nepo Baby had been circulating on social media, with some viewers questioning whether he deserved his spot in the competition. These comments stung, even though Bailey had genuine talent that stood on its own merit. Despite his initial hesitations, Brian supported his son every step of the way. He watched Bailey navigate the grueling competition.
Hey guys, it's Bailey Littrell on Airwaves. Tune in for this.
With a newfound respect for the young man's determination. The text messages between them revealed the reality of the experience. Bailey would reach out to his father, exhausted and overwhelmed, asking how he managed to do this for so many years. Brian responded with encouragement and advice, but he also let his son discover the truth on his own. The music industry demands everything from those who pursue it. Late nights, endless rehearsals, constant judgment from strangers. Bailey was getting his first real taste of what it meant to chase a music career.
Of course, you're going to face this as it comes, but have being parents affected the tour at all? Is it hard to leave?
At this level, the competition progressed through several rounds. Bailey performed covers of songs by Pharrell Williams, John Legend, and even his father's solo work. Each performance showcased his versatility and emotional depth. His voice carried a soulful quality that resonated with audiences, and his stage presence grew stronger with every appearance. But reality television competitions...
Hi, this is Bailey, and you're watching Music Update Central.
So you have a lot going on. What's going on in the next couple of months for you as an artist?
Well, I have a summer tour with the Backstreet Boys. We're going on the North American run this summer, so it'll be the United States and Canada.
Are unpredictable. Viewer votes determine who stays and who goes home. After making it through multiple rounds and reaching the top 20 contestants, Bailey faced elimination. He performed All of Me by John Legend as his Save Me song, hoping to convince America and the judges to keep him in the competition. The judges showered him with praise. They emphasized his talent and potential. But when it came time to make their final decisions about which 4 contestants to save beyond the top 10 vote-getters, Bailey wasn't among them. His American Idol journey came to an end just shy of the top 14. Brian posted a heartfelt message to his son on social media following the elimination. He told Bailey that he would always be in his corner, that he was strong and talented, and that this wasn't the end, but rather the beginning of his career.
Oh my gosh. To mark the occasion, the band announcing a new Las Vegas Sphere residency called Into the Millennium. Nick, Howie, Brian.
His bandmates from the Backstreet Boys also expressed their support. AJ McLean admitted he had cried watching Bailey's first performance, having known the young man his entire life. Fans were divided in their reactions. Some believed Bailey should have advanced further in the competition. They argued that his original songwriting and emotional performances set him apart from other contestants. Others suggested he had been punished for being the son of a celebrity, facing unfair scrutiny that other hopefuls didn't experience. But Bailey had already proven something important to himself. He had stepped out from behind his father's shadow and claimed his own space in the music world. His appearances on American Idol introduced him to millions of viewers who...
Sean Stevens backstage once again here at the ACMs, and I'm joined by a guy that's carrying on a family tradition. Bailey Luttrell is here. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm fantastic. So,
might never have discovered his music otherwise. The exposure opened doors for his future career. Brian's candid admission about his initial reluctance revealed the complexity of being a parent in the entertainment industry. He wanted to protect his son from the hardships he had faced, yet he also recognized that Bailey needed to forge his own path. Sometimes love means letting go.
Year-old in country music, and they said, you could be the first. Why don't you try it?
Right.
We know you want to do country. Why don't you go for it? So I said, all right, let's do it.
So as a 16-year-old that wants to break into country, what style are you trying to, what is your influence?
Man, my influence, honestly...
Even when every instinct says to shield someone from potential pain. The experience taught both father and son valuable lessons. Bailey gained a deeper appreciation for the sacrifices his father had made throughout his career. Brian learned that his son possessed the resilience and determination necessary to survive in the music business. Their bond grew stronger through the shared understanding of what it truly takes to pursue artistic dreams. Before American Idol, Bailey had already released his debut album, 770 Country, in 2019. He had performed on Broadway at age 13 in the musical Disaster. He had opened for the Backstreet Boys during their DNA World Tour. His resume was impressive for someone his age.
Honestly, just performing, being in that moment, there's nothing like being in the moment, and just soaking it all in. This week, I'm just trying to take in the fact that I get to be here, and I could not be more grateful.
But American Idol offered something different. It was a platform where he could be judged purely on his talent in that moment, with no safety net. The question of nepotism in the entertainment industry remains complicated. Children of famous performers undoubtedly have advantages. They grow up understanding the business, making connections, and learning from experienced professionals. But they also face unique pressures and expectations that can be crushing. Every achievement is questioned, every failure magnified. Bailey handled both the praise and criticism with grace. He thanked his supporters and acknowledged the journey had been challenging, but
Sean Stevens backstage once again here at the ACMs, and I'm joined by a guy that's carrying on a family tradition. Bailey Luttrell is here. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Good. So I gotta ask, have you been...
Worthwhile. His elimination didn't diminish his passion for music or his commitment to building a career on his own terms. Brian's unexpected confession humanized both father and son. It showed that even celebrities struggle with the same protective instincts as any parent.
Right? But he's making a name for himself in the country music world. Oh my gosh. It's Bailey Luttrell. Bailey, nice to have you here this morning.
Hi, Bailey.
The desire to spare our children from pain is universal, even when we know they must face challenges to grow. His honesty resonated with parents everywhere who have watched their children pursue difficult paths. The story of Bailey Luttrell on American Idol became more than just another contestant's journey. It became a conversation about legacy.
Diagnosed with atypical Kawasaki's disease. So they were about to let us go. The scary thing, they were about to let us go from the hospital. The infectious disease doctor came in and said,
independence and the courage it takes to step into the spotlight when comparisons are inevitable. It highlighted the evolving relationship between a father and son as they navigate the same industry from different generations and perspectives. As Bailey continues his music career beyond the show, he carries with him the experience of proving himself.
And so you sing, and I know you sing because we had you sing last time you were here.
Yes.
But I hear you have a fear of singing in front of people.
Well, I do. I mean, I think it's still not a natural...
On national television, he knows now what his father knew all along. The road ahead won't be easy, but the fact that he's willing to walk it anyway.
This is Lindsay for Lit Nashville. This is Bailey Luttrell. Can I just tell you, you should be super, super excited. This is the first interview for Lit Nashville.
Shows he has what it...
Bailey, come on over here, Bailey. There was a sigh. What's going through your mind? Oh.
Takes to succeed.
He didn't quite win you over last night, and now he's got to win over the judges.